This is another project that's pretty hard to explain in video, but we're going to be adding additional parking spots here. So we've been accumulating all these massive rocks, and our contractor is going to turn them into a nice, neat planter and retaining wall here up against the street. So the rest of this will be additional parking, because we need to ensure that guests can always park here at the guest house, in addition to anyone here in the future retro shop. While the contractors are gone for lunch, let's go ahead and take a look at what they've done here. Again, I know this is really hard to see the vision, but we've had all these rocks here, and we've brought more rocks here from other parts of the yard. We thought it'd be a really great opportunity to put them to use, building a retaining wall and some stairs for the future retro shop. This is a nice bamboo that stays small, and you only need to trim it, I believe, once or twice a year if they start getting too tall. It's a bamboo that stays nice, low, and bushy. So if it is raised up a little bit into a planter here along the road, we thought it would add a couple feet of height to it and just create a nice little green barrier. What they're building here is going to be a no mortar wall, I think is what it's called. So it's big rocks held together with little rocks. There's a couple of reasons that we decided not to do this project ourselves. We really like that, well, we really like this contractor. He's very familiar with the history of the house, and that's possibly why he suggested keeping the bamboo in the planter, because it's part of the history of this house. I don't really want to bother them by filming out there, but this is looking really great. I think this is going to exceed our expectations. I'm so happy to finally have something done with all these rocks. It's going to increase to 3 parking spots. Alright, Evan is cutting tiles and the guys just left for lunch, so I thought I could sneak out here. We can take a peek at their progress. So first on the left-hand side, I don't know if you can tell, but the driveway used to end right here, and now it's going to end over here. So it's giving us a little bit of extra space to work with, which will come in handy when we are trying to fix the bit of the slope issue that we have. It should make it easier to get in and out of our driveway. They've chosen some really beautiful rocks here to be the main face of the wall. Tsuruoka-san, our contractor, seems really excited about rocks, so he was happy that we wanted to save these and use them in a more prominent fashion. And moving down the wall, they've got some foundation stones in place here. They're backfilling it a bit with the cement and some other rubble that we had lying around, which is great. Now we don't have to pay to get rid of this rubble, and it fills up the planter space a bit, so we don't have to fill it in with as much dirt. Then over here, just like we wanted, the stairs are in process here, so guests can walk down to the retro shop from the street without having to walk in the driveway or get very close to the guest house entrance. This is just looking amazing so far. Up here in all of these buckets, it seems like the process is to have various size rubble bits and rocks for filling in between the larger rocks. Not sure if all of this is going to come in handy, but we brought him all of our excess rocks. This is temporary housing for the bamboo and the flowering bush that they were able to save. We're keeping these wet right now, and we'll be replanting them.
Well, they got the wall finished, but before we were able to get any footage, we had some heavy rain and it partially collapsed. So we're going to have to wait a few days for them to get the excavator back in here to move this big old rock. So soon this is all going to be concrete, a new driveway and parking space, and that's going to provide a footing to shore up the rock wall, but we got some unseasonal rain that took us by surprise and did some damage here, so until we're able to get the subsidy to get that new driveway in place, he's going to do a little temporary concrete footing.
Despite the temporary setback, we are super happy with his work and the way that the wall looks. It's actually exactly what we wanted. Alright folks, well, this is not actually the ideal ending to this video, but since the wall was completed 2 weeks ago, we've just been waiting on getting an ending put together so we can show you the completed wall. Since then, we've just had wind and rain, so we still have some protective things set up for the wall here. Since this is a dry stone construction wall, part of what gives it strength is having the dirt percolate down into the little holes between all the rocks and filling in any empty spaces. So when the wall was first completed, he piled a bunch of dirt on top, and it's very slowly sinking down into those gaps to give the wall some strength. You can also see the boards across the front there. He put a little cement footer to keep it securely in place until we finish the driveway renovations, adding drainage and sort of revamping our whole driveway. So the footer is there as a temporary holding measure to keep this wall secure. But as you can see, it's opened up so much space. This is an essential step for opening our retro shop here in the guest house garage. As you can see, we can fit at least 2 more vehicles here. Well, the rain is coming down again, so this has to be the end, but expect some more photos and updates as this tarp and footer eventually come off. We're very happy with the results. Thanks again for watching. See you next time on Benton Homestead.